What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. We're looking at Turbo meme coin yet again, and I think I'm finally gonna actually grab some of these tokens. I'm waiting for a few things to happen, a few like confluences, a few little indicators to be sort of met before I really want to buy some Turbo. Now I do feel confident about this coin doing well in the long-term future. I'm talking like the next 3 to 6 months. I know and understand that meme coins will eventually die off again quite heavily, quite severely, but while we're in the bull market and while we're going to have hopefully more alt seasons and meme manias come, I still think Turbo, with its massive exposure, already listed on many great exchanges, not yet, you know, Binance and Coinbase as well, so it leaves more plays on the table, but I think it could be a good one that does potentially shine. Maybe not as large as Pepe, but at least it's a good one to be considering in this market. You can see we're in a Bitcoin season right now, and this means that alts are typically not really doing a lot. It means that memes are also not really doing a lot, and it's all kind of Bitcoin heavy. And I think following that sort of GameStop thing that happened with Roaring Kitty recently, the whole sort of markets, both stock and crypto, have just been seriously boring whilst GameStop has been crashing. Now, $339 million MC, you could potentially target a 10x over there because the market capital is pretty low. But of course you've got to remember that this coin has already done over a 10x. Now looking at it, you can see Turbo from BitTrue, a repost. You can see BitTrue is talking about Turbo and some of the big selling points here. Built on Ethereum blockchain as an ERC20 token, 69 billion tokens with no transaction fees. So it does look cool. It's entirely community driven, and that's an important thing. You can see here Turbo market swings. Volatility in crypto isn't always fun, but Toad embraces it. So Turbo the Toad doesn't really care about these volatility swings because he's got a lot of faith and, you know, trust that it's going to go well. So we're looking here at Turbo. You can see from Monday 29 April 2024, so that's not really that long ago, the coin has indeed gone up by 18x. You are buying effectively a coin that has done an 18x. You got to keep that in mind, just from literally a very small window of time. And by small window of time, I mean literally just, it took 25 days to see over a 15x reflected for this particular coin right here. And the last time we had a major pump to the upside was here, and you could argue that was 15 days worth of pumpage. The in terms of the pump here itself, it was a wild 375%. It then moved to a correction of 67%. So that's fine. 67% correction, 375% pump there as well. Overall, that would have mean a 30x. So this coin has done a 30x actually. If you were to fast or rewind to February 2024, it's done a 30x, and that percentage will just get higher and higher the further back you go. If you look at October, you're looking at 100x. This coin has already done 100x. So that's something you've also got to factor in. I'm not going to plummet in $100,000 to a coin that has done that this late on, but doesn't mean it can't 10x again from here. But that will also mean early buyers are in 1000x, so you've got to remember that as well. But let's just fast forward. So we can see before the corrective phase, after this initial pump, it took roughly, you know, to see another wave of pumpamental, it took 55 days. So it could be 55 days of boring sideways trading from where we are now. It may even, you know, take us to like July to start seeing this coin start to pick up again and do fun things. You can see what happened over here before is that Turbo went into its, or below its 4 hour 20-day moving average here on the Bollinger Bands chart, and it stayed under there for a while, you know, a heavy downtrend, and then it went really bullish all the way above its 20-day EMA over here on the Bollinger Band, and now suddenly we're back underneath. So we're not really getting underneath it that often, but we can see that we are in a corrective phase right here. So to look at the potential areas of correction from the recent pump that we had, if we use our Fibonacci tool, you can see that we've not yet got to that 0.618 Fibonacci, and if we were to get there just a little bit lower in price, I'd be inclined to buy more, because we'd be potentially having around a 60% correction if that happened. If we hit the 0.786, we hit a 74% correction. So that could be a huge buy-in opportunity for Turbo over there as well. So you've got these areas, these real points of interest that could work very well. From the last swing low to swing high, you can see Turbo actually did correct below its 0.786 Fibonacci. Again, it makes me wonder, are we going to see a 0.786 fib potentially cross this time round? Because it could be a possibility. So we are looking for that, and with that in mind, I'm going to have to set some reminders here for, adding alerts. So for example, Turbo 0.78 fib buy now alert. So we're going to get that when the price crosses this region, because we know it's falling to that sort of fib level. And then we're going to set another alert for Turbo at a 0.618. So we're going to add alert, paste that in, and then we'll change this to 0.618 over here, which will give us a buy alert when it does cross the 0.618 region. So 2 alerts there, 2 emails that will come through. Although I am bullish still, I am hoping that we won't see that happen. And I'm hoping that this is one giant falling wedge of some sort. Obviously, bit of volatility over there as well, so we won't factor in this buyback, although that is some decent support that we can see from here at the 0.44 level. So fingers crossed we won't see these big corrections take place, but we'll actually get a pump to the upside sooner rather than later. Either way, I can see on the 4-hour RSI over here for this coin that we did dip down below 30 on the RSI. On the daily, we're not very close to being at that 30, or nowhere near, and actually since October this coin struggles to get down there. So for me, the best sort of time on the relative strength index to be buying on the 24-hour RSI would actually be over here. So it's around, what is it? Let's have a look. It's around 41 on the RSI, so we can add that alert. RSI 41 by Turbo. So we've got another alert here waiting for those better, bigger opportunities to buy in to this particular coin. Notifications, we're going to get an email, and then we're going to put cross less than. So once it goes less than 50, no, not 52, I don't know why it's changed itself. So 41 on the RSI, less than 41 on the RSI on the daily close. We're going to get a notification as well for that to potentially buy in to this coin. It hasn't been there since April, which is like 6 weeks. And if we just note in that this is the last time, the second yellow line, that Turbo went to this 40 RSI region, you can see when that happened, that's when Turbo actually did something crazy. That's when it went massive in price, right? It went up 17x. So if Turbo does get back down to this region here, the 41 relative strength index on the 24-hour time frame, that could be effectively a good time to be buying into it. And then for the selling, I guess the selling would be the inverse over here, which could be where I'm going to put these red vertical lines. It's when you're in euphoria, when you're in like, just crazy RSI, way over 70 RSI. And every time if you started to sell, again, you can see at these particular RSI levels, you would then be making some profits, making big gains. If you buy the yellow, sell the red, you're making good gains each cycle. So I could wait for that, but I could also buy some now. And I think I will buy a bit now, just for the sake of it, but I'm going to keep some on reserve. I'm going to buy 2.5k worth. It's not a lot. I mean, maybe to some it's a lot, but it's not like, life-changing quantities. I will buy 2.5k worth, but I plan to get overall $10,000 worth. Really hope that I can see Turbo come down to these buy targets that I've got, because then I feel much more bullish to buy a much larger amount and get more Turbo tokens for every dollar that I spend. So for now, I think 2,500 is a little too little. So we'll get $3,000 worth of Turbo at this current level. This is risky. Don't copy me, not financial advice. But maybe those other sort of buy-in levels could be an area of interest. So we've got some Turbo now, which is pretty exciting to see. I can now see my Turbo coins here sitting there at 3k worth. Pretty happy about that. And we'll plan to buy more Turbo coins as we see some hopeful dips, or if they even happen, they might not happen at all now, for Turbo coin itself. Do feel bullish about it. Also, guys, make sure you get signed up to CaseX over here with its new UI UX, very similar to MEXC. If you sign up to CaseX, this exchange here, which is Canada and America friendly, you can do all your trading KYC free. You don't have to give up any precious personal data. And the magical thing is you can withdraw up to 15 Bitcoin every single day without the need of a KYC. And it's very similar, like I say, to your MEXC. Very, very similar. You can see here we're looking at the spot. You can check out Turbo, Turbo as well, you know, also listed here, very similar to MEXC, and I will absolutely start doing my buying on KSX. I need to move my things, or some of my things, over from MEXC. But yeah, this is really, really a nice exchange, and I think we'll see it as one of the largest. It's got loads of liquidity, tiny taker maker fees, so you will save your money as you trade in these markets, whether it's spot, leverage, or whatever. Remember, not financial advice, but the link is down below if you want to sign up to KSX. The more you trade on my link, the bigger bonuses you will get and trading rewards. Also, check out the Patreon down below. You already know what it's about if you want to get those trading signals and VIP alerts. Bye for now. Thank you for watching. Stay crypto safe.